Welcome to Ask the Expert, an award-winning daily series from 8:30 to 9 a.m. to help small businesses. If you have any questions, please ask them in the comments of the live feed. And if you need any more advice, please do join the official Intuit QuickBooks SME community group on Facebook, where there are accountants and business experts on hand to help 24/7. During the live session, we will be running a poll as well, so please do engage with it, and I will reveal the results at the end of the show. So my name is Eriona. I am the Managing Director of Majors Accounts. I want to thank you all for joining me. For those joining me again, welcome back. For those joining me for the first time, I hope you'll get some value out of today. I am a qualified chartered certified accountant with the ACCA, and my educational background ranges from accounting and finance, law in international banking and finance, and also strategic finance. So I've hoped to kind of cover all areas of accounting and finance throughout my career. I'm also a member of the QuickBooks Accountants Council and a member of ACCA's UK Practitioner Network Panel and ACCA's SME Global Forum. I've been working in practice alongside my studies and education for the last 13, 14 years now, which has been great in really ensuring that I'm enhancing the theory and the practical element of accounting and coupling them together to get the most out of both my theory and the practical side. And during this time, obviously, I've been working with businesses, and the experience from a small practice is really, I'd say, unparalleled, because you really get to see everything, all areas of a business, how a business works, how it functions, their pain points, and trying to help find or investigate ways to provide solutions to whatever problems a small business has, or finding out how they can grow or become more profitable, whatever their goal or mission is. So Majors Accounts, who are we? So we're a small family-run practice based in South East London, and we've been providing support to businesses in the SME space for around 15 years or so now. Generally, they're owner-managed businesses, so either self-employed or limited companies, and in a wide range of industries. So during our time, we've really seen it all, but some of the industries that we work very closely with at the moment are the construction sector, hospitality, financial services, IT, hairdressers, barbers, nurseries, pubs, bars, restaurants, utility companies, and so on. I mean, the list really goes on. We've really seen pretty much everything over the years. Now, I became managing director a few years ago, and since then I spearheaded and implemented a digitalisation strategy within our business with the idea of becoming a paperless office. And I'm proud to say that we've pretty much achieved that now, and we are also a QuickBooks online practice only. So we've become somewhat experts in this space. Now everything can be done online using an array of really amazing technology and apps, which all feed into QuickBooks to create that elevated experience for our team, because they're using the latest cutting edge technology, but also being ahead of the game for our clients. Now our clients don't need to come and see us if they do not want to, so there's a convenience and time saving there. And it also allows for our national and soon to be global reach also. And, we've got clients from Ireland all the way down to the Isle of Wight. And with the idea of going digital was to actually bring the accountant-client relationship closer. A lot of people have the misconception that when you adopt technology, you lose that human element and you almost detach yourself from your clients. But the way that we've seen it is we are adopting technology to get rid of some of the mundane tasks, so we can really focus on adding value to our clients' businesses. So we spend more time now speaking to them, whereas before we didn't have that luxury because we were busy trying to get the work done so they know how much tax they had to pay it on time, and that was all. So now we're obviously providing a much more personalised service, and coupled with the expertise and experience that we've built up over the years, we're seeing great results and our clients being a lot happier with that extra contact that we are having with them. And apart from obviously it bringing us closer, we are acting like the virtual finance director for our clients. And during this time, our efforts have not gone unnoticed. We've been nominated for quite a few awards, 2 years in a row by the British Accountancy Awards for Firm of the Year Greater London. I myself have been nominated for 3 awards at Women in Accounting and Finance Awards 2020, and also for Top 50 Women in Accounting globally. But today, enough about us. I want to speak to you about a few things that you should be considering in your business, changes that are going on as a result of the last year and a half or so. We're now feeling the effects of it, apart from obviously the last 18 months, but we're having knock-on effects now too. One of the most recent ones has been the increase in national insurance. So the Prime Minister announced the increase in NIC contributions of 1.25% from April next year. This is to contribute to increases in the NHS and social care budgets. And this increase will apply to Class 1 contributions, which is paid by the employees. This is deducted from employees' earnings by the employer. Class 4, which is paid by self-employed individuals, and these contributions are added to the annual self-assessment statement. And also secondary Class 1, which is paid by the employers. So employees' NIC contributions are paid as part of a regular PAYE or NIC payments unless they are covered by the present £4,000 employment allowance. So please have a look at that, because I've actually noticed a lot of businesses are not aware of the employment allowance that is out there available to them. This increase, though, will need to be factored into employers' budgets from April next year. Self-employed people will not see the impact of the increase until their self-assessment for 22-23 is completed. And from April 23, these increases will be incorporated into a new levy. Apart from this, there has also been an increase in tax rates. So the 1.25% increase in NIC contributions from April next year will be mirrored by a similar increase in the tax charge on dividends. From April next year, the dividend tax increases will apply as follows. So basic rate taxpayers will see an increase from 7.5% to 8.75% on their dividend income. Higher rate taxpayers will see an increase from 32.5 to 33.75. And additional rate taxpayers will see an increase from 38.1 to 39.35. This change will apply UK-wide. It will be scored at the budget and legislated for in the next finance bill. So dividend tax is charged on taxable dividend income that an individual receives that falls outside of the personal allowance of 12,570, which it was for 21-22, and also the dividend allowance of 2,000 for the same period. So taxable dividend income excludes, for example, dividends on assets held in ISAs. Just to give you an idea of how this will affect dividends taxpayers, you're expected to pay on average, a basic rate payer, an additional £150 on your dividend income for next year. Higher rate taxpayers are expected to pay on average an additional £403, and additional and higher rate taxpayers are actually expected to contribute over 70% of the revenue from this increase from next year. So a lot of businesses have set themselves up as companies because there has always been a slightly better kind of advantage tax-wise by doing this. Slowly, though, it seems that that gap is being kind of reduced and becoming a lot similar now to self-employed individuals. So you've got to consider whether running a company is beneficial for you or not. Also, something that so many businesses do not consider enough is financial planning. It's so important to understand your figures, and I think, if anything, the last year and a half has shown us how important that is. And apart from the basic advantage of planning for your tax liabilities, so you're aware of what you've got to pay in the future, there are so many other benefits. So if you have goals, but you may not be as organised as you could be, a financial plan will help to put you and steer you in the right direction. So realizing your goals is really important with having a financial plan. So first think about what you want to get out of life, not money-wise, because usually money is what pushes goals and aspirations forward, but identify what your end goal is. What kind of life would you like to lead? This will actually be the most valuable session you will have, and it will show you exactly what you need to do and work towards. And some tips to ensure that your financial plan will work for you is ensure your data is up to date and you've entered it in real time. So you can pull up a report at any time to see what your business is doing, how it's doing. You can also compare these reports to your business's performance from previous periods, whether it's a previous quarter or a previous year, or just year on year, just seeing how the business has grown or not, or become more profitable. But also, you can take these reports to benchmark against other companies or businesses in your industry. So you can benchmark to see how you're doing compared to them. What are they doing differently, and what should you be doing differently to try and improve? You may be doing better than them. Great, it's a great indication, but at least you have that knowledge. You also need to identify which areas of your business may not be performing as well. So consider whether discontinuing a certain area would be wise, or possibly investing in more profitable areas so you can maximize your profits. And also at the same time, you need to consider whether cash flow is healthy and carry out stress tests on the data you have to see that if there are periods where cash could possibly be slightly low, at least you'll be able to identify that and see whether it's worth seeing what options you have available to you in terms of injecting cash from raising finance, for example. Consider possibly growing and adding more services. So this you'll only see once you've seen the financials of your business. A lot of people think, oh, I'm doing great because I'm seeing a lot of sales, but for some reason they're not seeing the money and they don't know the reasons for this. But analysing your data will highlight exactly where things are going wrong. Something else to consider in this day and age, marketing your business. It's really important now to have a digital footprint, so you're considered trustworthy. So this is just something else that kind of adds to the success of your business. But I think that you really should be focusing on this because not many businesses do this nowadays. And doing these things regularly, you will likely lower the chances of being surprised by the unexpected, and managing your journey. You'll be able to manage your journey essentially and meeting your goal in the most efficient manner. And if something unexpected does happen, you're almost ensuring that you are limiting the damage that could happen to your business because you would have been somewhat aware of what's happening and you'd have been able to get in front of that before anything does happen. So I see we are getting questions in already, so I'm going to start taking those now. We have a question from Louise on Twitter who says, I know the 5th SEISS grant deadline is coming up in 10 days, but I'm stuck figuring out my turnover period. Should I base it on the dates of the invoice or the dates that the money was received? The wording on the government website is confusing. It is confusing. A lot of people are having difficulties with this, to be honest, and for some reason they have not let accountants get involved in this at all, which kind of makes no sense to me because it's generally difficult anyway, and then making taxpayers do it themselves when they don't have as much experience with things like this is very strange. But I think whichever one you choose, ensure that you've got the paperwork and the workings for it. Generally, I'd say